Okay, so I had a problem when I wanted to fly today. The weather was perfect, right? But my drone kept flying up and over and landing on its back. Now, these little motors, the stepper motors, right? Now, what I was explaining in a previous short video, it wasn't live, no, was that when I landed this, I'm probably going to have to stop landing in grass actually, because the props got stuck in the grass. Now, there's two possibilities. One is that when the motor was stalled because it hit the grass, that a wire melted, or it's probably cheap crappy. It's very thin wire apparently, extremely thin wire. So it either melted or it's at a weak point, because when you keep moving the arms, when you fold the arms up and you move them back, it bends the wire. There's some damage actually in this wire, and you can see it. And this is the one that seems to be running very, very slow. This one, I don't know if you too much light now, but there's actually some damage on that wire. Don't know if you can see it. Now, it's possible that the wire's broken or it melted when that motor stalled. The other possibility, there is another possibility, but I don't think it's likely, is that one of the MOSFETs is fried, but that shouldn't be it. You see, the motor is spinning, but it's not spinning at full speed. And that tells me that these stepper motors, they're four wired. So they're basically four phases. And if one phase is missing, the motor will run at a slower speed. It won't be as efficient as the others. That's why it's tipping over. So I was watching a guy on YouTube who took his drawer apart, because I wanted to make sure I did it right, because I don't want to break it. Obviously, these arms are extremely fragile. They're very thin, and they're quite known for breaking when people crash. I've never crashed this at all. So there's no physical damage. I mean, it's never actually crashed into anything, right? So it's most probably just a broken wire, and I've got to take it apart to figure out, and I've got to do multimeter tests on the wires to see. So obviously the front's fine because it's flipping over backwards, right? So it's either one wire on this motor at the back, or possibly both. Well, I don't think both. I think it's just this one, because I actually remember what happened when it landed in the grass. So the motor turns fine. It's not fouled in any way. It spins fine. There's no binding or anything. So it's obviously got something to do with the wire, because there's obviously some sort of physical damage. So I'm going to have to take the canopy off and basically do some meter testing. Now, it might be under warranty, but you know, there's no point, because from what I understand, Banggood are pretty useless. They're not interested in warranties and all that shit. And, you know, it's there's a sticker on here. I've got to get this damn sticker off. I can't even see what it says actually. Right, let's see if I can get my glasses to focus. I might have to use my other phone to look at it. So tiny writing, but it's probably a security sticker. I'm just checking something. I'm actually uploading the video that I took on my other phone to this phone at the moment. Oh, actually, I can close that video capture tool, because that's not used anymore. So what I need to do is I just need to zoom in on that sticker, because I want to see what it says. I need torch on. Right, see if I can see what it says, because it's so tiny. Warning: invalid if removed. Right, okay, I thought it might say something like that. Yeah, it says invalid if removed. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, that's the usual sticker stuff. So I don't think I've got a guarantee on this anyway. Let me think. I don't want to buy it. I think it was, turn this torch off somehow. Blooming heck. How would you turn the damn torch off? Stupid this. Huh. Oh God, this is ridiculous. Hang on. Close that damn thing out. It's driving me nuts. Right. Anyway, so I've got these little tools. These where's the other one gone? Huh, just had it a minute ago, it's disappeared. I knocked it on the floor. Probably. So we've got this little plastic tool to this thing and another one. Where the hell has it gone? Oh, it's on the floor. Yeah. So these little triangle plastic. Yeah, Dave told me what they called. I've forgotten now. Anyway, so I'm going to pause because my video is going to get too bloody big. But basically, we've got to take these screws out here, right, to take the lid off, and we're going to use that plastic tool to take the lid off, right, and then we take these screws out, the ones under this label, to access the rear left arm, because the wires from this arm actually go up past the circuit board and plug in at the top. So we have to take the top off to get to the plug to unplug it, right? And then I can test the wiring between the motor and I can just check the continuity between the wires and all the motor anyway. And if one of the wires is broken, then I'm going to have to get into this and remove the broken wire and replace it with another wire or something. Anyway, I'm going to pause for now. Well, I might as well try and film it. I wasn't going to film it, but right, so I've got my got this plate with a load of magnets on, right, and I'm going to stick all my screws on that. So here it goes, because I don't want to lose the screws. It would help if I had a magnet on here, because my screwdriver is not this is not magnetic. There we go, I've got it now. Right, so one screw, now 2 screws. Ooh, I want to stick to the camera, the gimbal. I don't want to damage it. I'll move that out of the way a bit. Actually, I think I'll move the magnet back a bit. Is that a screw or not? It is a screw. Oh shit, it's done it again. I'm going to take this magnet off a minute, because it's interfering too much. I want to get the screw out first, then I'll use my magnet to pull it out. There we go. They're a funny angle, these screws. Yeah, probably need to lift the camera up a bit. Okay, I've got these screws out. Oh, damn it, there's another one here. Under another security sticker. Don't you hate these security stickers? I haven't had this 5 minutes. The freaking wires break. I'm basically hardly flown it. Right, so I've got all them screws out. I use my little plastic tool just to get rid of that label, I think, because there's still a bit of paper on there. They make it so you can't take these labels off, you know, and put them back. Security stickers. Right, okay, that's out anyway, and I've cleaned up the hole because it was messy. Now, there's two ways of doing this. I can use the plastic tool or use my fingernail. I've had good success with my fingernail actually, so let's use my fingernail. The plastic tool is last resort. My fingernails, my thumbnail is quite chunky. Right, so let's see. I'll put some back pressure on that. I'm trying to be careful with this because this shell is, this case is plastic. It's very, very thin, very fragile, easy to break. Just want to get my fingernail underneath it. And there is no screws on the back, it's all snap fit. Ooh, I think the thumb just slipped there. Right, let's see about the other side a bit. I'm trying to be very careful. Now what I'm going to do is stick this plastic spatula thing, whatever it is, in here. Keep it open if I can, because it wants to shut. Oh, is there a screw? Have I missed a screw somewhere? No, I haven't. Let's try this plastic thing. Now I've got a gap, you see, I can get it in. That one's just flopped on me. I need to release this back end here because that's what it is. It's this back end that's holding it in. Right. Oh, my blepharitis is driving me crazy again. Hang on, I'm going to have to pause a minute. My eyes were burning, stinging really bad, and it feels like your eyes are on fire sometimes. I get my fingernail in this bit, maybe. Oh, actually, I've just thought. I think I know what it is. I think the top one has to come off as well. Bottom has to come off as well. Right, so we take the screws out. Oh, I'm dropping my plastic tools now. So if I take the bottom off, I think the bottom comes off as well. It makes it easier. put the magnet back on here, and so I don't lose the screw. Right. Right, that's off. Take the bottom off first, it's easier I think, because the top, this bottom case, this bottom panel is interlaced with the top one, you see. So let's see about getting that one off first. Well, it might be helpful if I fold up my arms, but oh, wrong one first. I'll do that one first, just so we don't. Oh, actually no. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna get the arms out of the way, right? So we can see what we're doing. I'll leave the front arms out. Let's see. Get my fingernail underneath. Alright, here we go. It's fiddly. It's coming. Plastic tool, we're going to need that. I think maybe not. Fingernails better. It sucks if you haven't got any long fingernails. Well, I've cut mine recently, so I'll try my other fingernail. There's some little clips you got to press in there, and then it releases it. So when you stick your fingernail in, it pops off. I'm just trying to get my damn nail in there though, because right. Try not to break it. So I've just realised you won't be able to see much. I'm just trying to get closer if I can. It's coming slowly. There we go. Right. I thought I broke it then, but no. It's just that sellotape that stuck my QR code on there in case I lost it. It's coming. All this just to fix a frigging wire. Oh yeah, my sellotape is overlapping as well, so that's holding it on. Right. Now I need that out of the way. My sellotape overlapping that? No, just a bit, it'd be alright. It's not actually in the way. came off. Anyway, I didn't break it, it just flew off. Right, so yeah, no damage. It's these little plastic hooks, these little things with a hole in. They're key into some little tags inside here. Can't really see them, but they're very tiny. There's a little plastic. I'll take my magnet up here a minute. So there's some actual little plastic catches in there that they hook onto, and that's what I was pushing back. When you push on them tags and pull the thing back with your fingernail, it pops them out. So okay, so what have we got? Why is my... Oh, these are antenna wires. So that guy was showing me on the video, I couldn't see properly, but these little thin wires, these are antenna wires, and one of them actually goes to the arm, because I think the antennas are actually going into the arm, right? So let's check that, make sure it's all good. Yeah, it looks like it. Nothing's broken. It's all in good shape. Right. So the top one now. I thought it would help me to get to the top. I still have to take this off anyway, because this left one, this left arm, I've got to pop this out anyway. There's the wires, I've got to trace the wire which goes on the top. I've still got to take this arm out, you know. This is the one that seems to be weak, and I'm going to check all the rear ones anyway. Right. It's clean. I'm going to pause while I know what I need to do. I'm going to take this out of here because I don't think I need that in there now, because I'm just using my fingernail. The problem is it's interlaced. Alright, I need to get my fingernail up. Nearly had it, not quite. I need to get my fingernail underneath that cover, and it's not easy. I'm going to break my nail probably. This arm's in the way. It's awkward. Freaking awkward. Right, come on. Nearly. Right, it's coming through slowly. It would be easier if them propellers weren't in the way. Yeah, this video's getting too big. Okay, I stuck a rubber in the front to hold it, put pressure on it, because every time I release it, it pops back on again. So that should keep constant pressure. So this is just a piece of rubber, you know, as in a pencil rubber, you know, rubber in, you know what I mean. Anyway, so now I've got that pressurized. When I release these back ends, it should stay off, because it kept popping back on again. I need to get these arms out of the way anyway. So I need to get this tool in here, this gap, right? It's one of the things you use on a mobile phone to project, get your phone apart, same sort of thing. So that's okay. Actually, I can see where I need to be in here. Can't get my nail in. It's really awkward. Well, I'm resorting to my screwdriver because this flickering thing will not get in that damn gap. I'm just holding it at an angle so I don't damage the actual shell. But all I want to do is pop part of it off so I can get my plastic tool in. It's so frigging tight. It reminds me of somebody I knew once. Right. Right, this is not working. I can't get. Oh, let's see. I don't want to scratch my drone. I'm trying not to scratch my drone. Kind of started at this end. Let's try that. It might be able to start it at this end as well. I don't know. You've got to fiddle about until you find the best way of getting it apart. That other guy on the internet was watching a YouTube video. He was doing it because I wanted to make sure I knew all the the mistakes and stuff like that, you know. Well, he didn't make any mistakes, but he got it apart. So I know this is how you do it because there's no screws holding that end on. Let's have a look. I don't think there is. No, I've taken them 2 screws out, so those are the only 2 screws at this end. Oh, hang on a minute. Nah, can't be these. Hang on a minute. That's the point. It might be. It's possible. It's possible that these screws are holding it. I'll loosen them up. It might be. Right, get my magnet. I'll take these out as well. They might be really long. No, they're not. So these screws are not holding it because they're too big and short. The guy's video I watched, it was in Portuguese, so I didn't understand what he was saying. Well, there was translations into English, but as you know, with those translations, they're not exactly 100% accurate. It sounded like all sorts of things where I knew it wasn't. And let's see if I can get my fingernail in here. Ah, yes we can. Can I do this without breaking my fingernail? Let's see if I can get my plastic tool in there. This is difficult with one hand. No, I can't because I need my hand. I'm gonna have to pop it off with my fingernail. How far around does this go? All the way around there. I'm going to break my fingernail. I'm trying to pause because this video is going to get huge. I have chewed up my thumb. I've broken a piece off my fingernail, so I have to file it, otherwise it'll split. That's how hard it is. And my fingernails are pretty chunky. Probably the calcium tablets I'm on. Alright, I've got my hook, right? I got my hook, right? And I figured out that by using my hook at a funny angle, like abseiling, it works quite well. So the hook is, I put it in, I slide it at a funny angle, and it seems to work. And it's round and smooth, so it's not going to crack anything, but it seems to be working. My rubber fell out earlier, but it's got looser at this side now, so now I've got it loose. I can stick my plastic jimmy tool in there like that to keep this end open. Then hold it in place with my finger so it doesn't fall out. Do the other side. It's just a case of going along the line. Oh, actually I've moved my finger. No, it's alright, I'll put my hand under it so it doesn't fall out. So if I just hold it, no, I'm trying not, I don't want to scratch it. I didn't scratch it, I just slipped then. Right, so if I get under that corner there, I can see it's open there. Get under that corner and there, pops. That's what I had on the other side, so it's popping out now. So this little tool, because there's a hook, there's a hot slot right there where that pin was. And if I just keep on going, if I keep on going around, I should be able to get it off. Right. Put some pressure on there. It's very difficult to get this off, you know. Get my hook in there at funny angle. There, that's working. This hook works pretty well. It's coming off. I'm 2/3 the way around now. And my rubber has got loose. It's going to fall out in a minute because I'm going to have this off. Oh, pause again. I think as I go around, what I need to do is put little bits of card underneath here so it doesn't go back on, you know. So I'm going to find some bits of thin cardboard and start putting little cardboard wedges around to hold it from snapping back together again, because it's so easy for that to happen. And yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm freaking carrying on. So I've got these bits of cardboard now, right? And what I'm doing, I'm sticking the cardboard in instead of having this big blue thing. I'm going to lift the thing, oh, put this cardboard in because it's paper in it, right? There we go. Lighter than this plastic thing, and then less chance of damage, and I can also work it around a bit because I want to get the other side off now. We're getting there. It's a lot of fighting about just to get the lid off because I don't want to break it, obviously. It stops some pegs from going back in the hole, you know. What just fell off? My rubber fell out. That means it's getting loose. good news. We'll get there in the end. Oh, look at that, it just popped. Right, get this in. Because this thing wants to stay together. Oh, my cardboard's gone really loose now. I am winning. Oh, it fell inside. Now we've got to open it for definite. Oops. There, it's coming now. Oh yeah, this side's loose now. Right. On the other side. So it's a bit like taking a car tyre off. You need to put some things in to stop it from, yeah, get the idea. It's nearly there now. I think my plastic tool will work now. Almost. It's not very sharp, this bloody thing. It's pretty useless actually. Designed for mobile phones. I don't know where they give these things out, but it's useless. Try this thing. Well, the back's off, look. Yeah, I think I'd do it in my fingernail now. It's so loose now. You know what? I think somebody actually glued this together because it should come off a lot easier than this. I'm pretty sure that there's glue in here. You know, I think that Portuguese guy was mentioned on the YouTube video. He talked something about glue, but he was talking about guys, and I'm thinking he's talking about a fella, another guy, an actual human being. I wish people wouldn't say, oh, this guy used glue. I'm thinking about a person, right? They're trying to disassociate ourselves from humanity or something because the people are talking about inanimate objects, you know, as guys. They're not. It's a guy is a person. For crying out loud, stop calling pieces of plastic guys. Oh, that really does my head in. It really drives me up the wall when people start. Because I'm watching videos, I'm really confused. I'm thinking, what guy is he talking about? What's his name? You know what I mean? There's such a lot of brainwashing going on. People have lost all respect or perspective of reality, really, when they start talking about pieces, inanimate objects as a guy. I honestly am, well, this is definitely glued. Because look, I'm putting the screwdriver right behind here and it won't lift. It won't lift. The other side's lifted. So they've glued one side and not the other. So this is definitely glued. It shouldn't be glued. It should not be. Somebody's done that to stop you from repairing it. That's, oh, it's coming now. It's just popped. Yay! My paper fell out, look. All my paper wedges fell out. I've done it. got this off. Oh, my other paper fell out as well. Okay, that's it. So there's just this one corner bit here. That should be easy enough. Because I can get my fingernail under it. Get this under it, maybe. I don't know. This thing's useless. I don't know what good it is. It's so blunt. It's so friggin' blunt. It just gnaws the end off, you know. Oh, there we go. Right. There's a glue in there. Well, I haven't broken anything. It's all in one piece. That was such a frigging battle, though, just to get this damn lid off. You won't believe it. Well, actually, you watched me doing it, so you would believe it. Right, okay, so that's all I need to get to. Right, the wires here, right? These are the wires that go to the motors, okay? And those are the wires that go to these other motors. So, because the constraint is so tight, if you look, the wires are stuck in there really tight, right? It's highly possible that the wire has been strained and not put together right. If you look, the wires are tucked right up against that board, right? That plastic battery box, right? Really tight there. So this wire has most likely suffered some sort of damage from constantly moving this thing in and out. It's called fatigue. If you get a piece of wire and you bend it backwards and forwards over and over again, eventually it will break. That's what the reason it breaks is because when you bend something, material doesn't like to be compressed. However, it doesn't mind being stretched. So what you're actually doing when you're bending a piece of wire is you're pulling the molecules apart. Each time you bend the wire's on the outside. If you bend the wire this way, the wires on this side, the molecules are pulled apart. When you push the wire back the other way, the molecules are not pushed back together the way they were. Instead, the molecules on this side are pulled apart, right? And you bend it backwards that way again, the molecules on this side are separated. And that causes a weak spot in where it's been bent. Now, if you put current through that wire, that part where it's been bending is a higher impedance than the rest of the wire. And that acts like a fuse. And if you short circuit something through that wire, it's going to melt at that point because there's less molecules of holding it together. We're talking about molecules that you can't even see, right? You need an electron microscope to see the actual structure, the actual molecular structure of the copper or whatever wire material that you're using. You would need an electron microscope to actually see those molecules pulled apart. Now, I actually saw those types of videos back in the 1970s on Tomorrow's World. I think it was Tomorrow's World. It was a science program anyway. But they actually showed what causes metal fatigue. And it's also found in aircraft wings. Aircraft wings bending, flopping up and down. They actually causes hairline fractures in the material. And eventually they break, and that's why aircraft have got to be retired after so many years of air service, because the wings become so fatigued that they just can't be repaired. You can't just go and weld them because, yeah, it's not practical. Anyway, so that's why aircraft get grounded at some point. So now what I'm looking at here is this one. I suspect there's a little tiny MOSFETs on here by the looks of it. I think. Yeah, I think they're actually MOSFETs. I'm going to have to get my, move all this stuff out of the way, including my little paper wedges, which came in extremely handy, by the way. Now I'm going to get my hang on a minute. Right, I've got my watchmaker glasses on. Oh yeah, they're tiny MOSFETs. Right, let's get some light on this thing. Oh, this battery's nearly dead. So the one that goes to this rear left arm is most likely these wires here. Red, blue, yellow. Now, most likely one of these wires is broken. And these are the MOSFETs here, right? And those are what are switched on by these little. You can't even see what I'm talking about. Can I zoom in? Oh, can I zoom in? No, it won't let me zoom in. Right, all right. So these little tiny. Oh shit! Where am I looking? These little tiny rectangular blocks here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're all of the 6 MOSFETs here. Now, it's possible that one of the MOSFETs has failed, but I don't think so. I think it's just a wire. That looks like there's been water in there, actually. No, it's not. There's corrosion in it, for God's sake. I got this from freaking, it's supposed to be brand new. They left flux on here, and that flux, it can cause corrosion. So I'm going to have a clean before I do anything, because that could cause serious problems. And there actually is a number on these, and the number on these MOSFETs is 4616A, and it's I'm looking at this one because it's cleanest, and underneath that it's a 327G, G as in golf, right? So the top number is 4616A as in alpha. Let's see, I can't see the writing on these down here. Oh, they're upside down. That's why. So it's possible that some of these are PNP, some are NPN. I don't know. Right, I'll turn my torch up on here. Right. So the reason I mention that is because I don't want to be looking at them again. I've got, oh shit, I've just realised I've got to look at the other side. I've got to clean them first because I can't read them all because they've got that white stuff on them. So I'm gonna pause a minute because, oh shit, how long is this video now? 48 minutes. Oh my god. I'm just gonna pause. I'm gonna have to compress this video anyway. I've got some isopropyl alcohol. I am gonna clean these MOSFETs first because there's obviously some sort of contamination on this board. It's obviously been there since it was brand new, and I can't read the numbers on these MOSFETs. Don't use acetone, for God's sake, that takes the writing off. I don't know. Well, it takes the writing off everything, basically. Even melts plastic, so yeah. I'm also going to use some WD-40 because it repels moisture. It also stops corrosion, so I used to do electronics years ago, but my eyesight's failing. That's the reason why I don't do this stuff anymore. But sometimes you've got no frigging choice. When you buy something, you expect it to last you like 5 or 6 years or something. And this thing, I've barely flown the damn thing. I've been waiting for good weather for months, and we finally get a good weather. We finally get decent weather, and what happens? You know what? I'm going to put my gimbal back, my gimbal cover on, because I keep knocking it. I don't need to touch it, do I? I keep knocking my gimbal and I'm worried I'm going to damage it. Let's have a look. I haven't damaged it, have I? It should still go on. Cover. Yes. So my gimbal cover to protect my camera still goes on. That's good. Less worry on my... Less worry that I'm not going to knock it and break it. This stuff's evaporating. I really need my... Oh, hang on. I'll pause a minute. It helps to see what I'm doing, so I'm using my watchmaker glasses again. So I'll make sure this is nice and clean. I don't want corrosion in here. Also, I don't want to knock any components off, do I? So I'm quick wiping it first, and then it looks like it's professionally made. It's not a what do you call it? It's not a counterfeit. Soldering's good. Right, so can I read that writing now? Right, the writing for the top ones, because I've turned it upside down, haven't I? Is hard to see. Z4616A. That's the top number. The bottom number is 333G. Right? And they're all the same. Right? Those top ones are filthy still. These three at this end, they're absolutely filthy. I'm not surprised. They probably used all stock. Actually, these are... Oh, shit. Right, these are... What happened then? Oh, it's just my leg fell off the table. These three... actually, these three at this end are different numbers. They're... 7, 4... crap on here, I can't read it. I need to get my other torch a minute. Get the light in a different angle. It's better. 7, 4... maybe it's the same as the ones on the other side, actually. Could be. 7, 4... No, it's Z. No, that's the others at this end. These three. Yeah, because some motors rotate clockwise, some motors rotate anti-clockwise, so they'll be possibly positive. A Z for 6A, I think. 3, and the bottom number is 327G. So, oh, maybe they're all the same. Hang on. It's hard to see. Z Z46. I can't focus my glasses. I mean my watchmaker glasses. Z46. Ah. Z46. There's glue or something on them, some of them, I can't read it. I think it's Z466 there, I think. Right. Is my torch on the other one working? Hang on a minute. I've got this one on the left eye. Ah, does the right one still work? Ah, maybe. I want to try my other eye. Right. That battery's dead just about. Why has it gone out? Oh, that's useless. Switch is dirty. Ah, stay on. This light keeps going out. I don't know if you can see it. It's barely shining. Ah, stay on. Right. That's no good. I can't see toffee for that. That bloody light's useless. I'll use this my torch. Oh, I've got to pause because this video's getting too big. Hang on. Okay, it's Z. I just saw it then. Z4616A. Yeah, Z4616A. And they're all the same. Right, I think. Right, so turn it around. Z4616A, they're all the same. That's good, because it means if you buy a pack of 10, you've got space for all of it. Right. Anyway, I honestly don't believe that it's a MOSFET. So I will test. Did I start the video again? I can't remember now, I'm getting confused. I'm stopping and starting this video that many times, I'm losing track. Yeah, we're recording again. Right, so all I have to check is in theory these MOSFETs should be disabled. They shouldn't be conducting anything while it's not powered up, right? In theory there shouldn't be, but if there's a short, I could also explain why. Let's move this over here a bit, because now this is the motor, this left back. Right, let's check the middle. There's 3 wires actually. I thought there was 4. That's weird. I thought there was 4. I know there's an antenna wire that goes. Ah, that's only for the front. Oh, maybe not. There's an antenna wire that runs all the way through here. Well, I don't have to worry about that. No, there's only 3 wires, so it is 3-phase. Let's see if I can. Was it 2-phase? I don't know. I'm not really I'm not really that experienced with stepper motors, to be honest with you, because I'm an analog person. Right, so I don't know if you can see the meter. I have no idea if you can see that or not. There's probably a reflection on it or something. All I want to test is I want to test between blue and yellow. Oh, if I can get my probe to stay on. We have one point. Need to get a good connection. There's some oxide on here, something. I don't know. What are we at? It was 1 point some ohms, now it's gone up to 3. What the hell? Hang on a minute. Right. I'm using my actual takeoff pad actually because it's a bit closer than my table. So I can't press too hard because this thing's floppy. Right, 1 ohm. So blue to yellow is 1 ohm. Right. I'll swap this round. .1 ohm is blue to red. Right, red to yellow. 1.2. Huh. Hey, this is weird. There doesn't appear to be a problem with the wiring. What? You've got to be kidding me. Oh, it did try to do a firmware update the other day and it said failed. Now, I'm not sure why. Maybe there's a problem. Maybe the firmware's got messed up. But it shouldn't have even tried to update on my crappy internet anyway. The internet's crap during the day. Right, what's this one? This is the front motor. 1.1. We can take 1.1 off because, oh my god, I'm even getting 1.1 touching my probe. No, I'm getting 0.6. So yeah, 0.6. So we can subtract 0.6 from 1.1. Why am I getting such a crappy connection? Is it because I haven't used my meter for a long time? Uh, 1.6 between red and yellow. Three. What the hell? These readings are all over the place. Right, 1.1 between yellow and blue. 1.1 between yellow and red. Right, so that's the front motor. Did I do that right? Right, let's check the rear motor again. 1.3. 1. There's something weird about this rear motor. I'm getting erratic readings. 1. Yeah, there could be a bad wire on it. It's going over. It's 1.5. It just went open then. Let's just move this arm forward. Right. Let's see if it gets the same reading, because I think there's a broken wire. I'm pretty sure there is. Damaged wire or something. 1.5. 1.6. Yeah, there's something wrong with this wiring. It's high impedance at the back for some reason. Right. 1.4. It's all over the place. I did clean this contact with my alcohol, by the way, so we shouldn't be getting intermittent. So that's 1 ohm right now. It's jumping around. When you put current through these, if there's a breaking the wire, and it might be intermittent, and you put current through it, it's going to go high impedance, and that could be what's going on. You know what I might do? I might just order a complete replacement rear arm, just in case the motor itself has got a problem, because I don't know for sure. And then I can take this arm out completely and put the new one in, then I'm all good. It's not worth gambling. I mean, this wire as well is a specific type of weight on it, and if you start putting different wire in there, you're going to change the weight, the standard specifications and all that shit, you know. When it comes to aircraft, you've got to do it right. Like 1 point. I'm pressing right into this solder, so there's no reason for it to jump around like that. Unless it's my battery that's low on my meter, but it shouldn't be. Go to this one. Right, well, 1. So red and blue are rock solid. Oops, I slipped. Red and blue, rock solid, 1 ohm. Right? That's what my meters are. So I can keep the same one on there, same colour. Damn it. Yeah, there's something weird about blue, between blue and yellow. Damn it, stay on. Oh my god, it went up to 5 ohms just then. 7 ohms. 4 ohms. Yeah, there's a problem with this blue, either blue or yellow. I can't be sure which one it is. Let's try red and yellow. One ohm. I'm slipping, I keep slipping off. These solder balls are so bloody round, I can't, it keeps falling off. I can't press harder because the table's too flimsy. Okay, so it could be that the problem is with the yellow wire, because I get a stable reading between red and blue. Try that again. 1.1. Oh, it was stable. Stable-ish. It's jumping around 1.1 to 1.2, 1.3, 1.4 now. So let's check this MOSFET. Nothing. I can't even see what I'm touching. There's nothing going through the MOSFET, which is good. Isn't a short on here? No. So the MOSFETs are all good. They're not shorted anyway. So it's got something to do with this wire. Anyway, I'm going to have to end the video because it's getting too ridiculously long. I am so tired. I mean, I'm not going to do this today, honestly. I mean, I'm going to order a new... I'm just going to order a new replacement rear arm. And just swap the whole arm out because... I mean, I'm quite capable of replacing the wiring. I mean, digging into the motor and everything, but... There's no guarantee that the wire break is in the wiring loom itself between the board and the motor. It could be the coil has gone bad in the motor. And if I spend, what, 2 hours, whatever, farting about, replacing the wiring, put it all back together, take it outside, do a test flight, and it does the same frigging thing again, I am going to be so frigging mad. And how much are these things to get a replacement arm? Probably £5 or £6. I think I could probably manage that. So that looks like I'm going to do that anyway, because at least then I'll have a spare. I'll have spare motor as well. If the motor's not faulty, it'll be a spare motor, won't it? But if it is faulty, then it's best to get rid of it and get a new one. I saw another guy on YouTube. I was just watching. I'll try and put a link to this video in here, but it's in Portuguese. You can use the translate thing on the subtitles. You can set it to translate to English, I think now. It seems to be a new feature on YouTube, which is good. I don't know if it works for everyone, but it worked for me today. I was able to understand most of what he said. So yeah, it's just not worth the risk. I mean, look, if I was to replace the wiring, right, and it flew all right for 5 minutes, I thought, oh, it's fixed, right? Take it up to 100 feet, and all of a sudden, crash. That's a big expensive bill, because it's gonna get smashed up, and plus it might land on somebody and hurt somebody. So it's not worth the risk. It's better. I've checked the MOSFETs, and those are the main power feeds, and they're not shorted. So there's no reason to assume that they're bad. The only thing it could be is the motor, because those motors, they do take quite a lot of current actually when they're running. It did get stuck in the grass when I landed it that day, so yeah, it's quite possible that we've just got a bad motor. I mean, motors do go bad. Anyway, 1 hour, 1 hour 12 minutes. Oh my god! Right, see you later.